just gonna eat my chicken nuggets, bitch. I don't care. Okay, today I'm going to be talking about dating apps and the frustration that comes with dating apps. Now, I know the reason why our society relies on dating apps these days is because of COVID. The purpose of this video is to kind of do a reaction to this video that I watched last night. It's a BBC video. It's called like Thank You Next.
Thank you, next, thank you. I'm so fucking grateful for my ex.
When you've had a bad day or someone's rejected you, you go straight back onto the gambling app.
In fact, they sort of create an atmosphere that psychotherapists would historically have regarded as slightly pathological.
I'm on a date.
I feel like I've been born in the wrong era because I value romance, focus, a level of manners and compassion and empathy for others, and I feel like the era of online dating just doesn't offer me that.
But real quick, my girl Maggie, she looked so sad. Girl, I want to give you a hug. Let's go out, have some drinks, girl. Let's just cry over this whole dating app situation together. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, I got you.
I started using Tinder and I used that for years, and then Bumble. That's my profile picture. I have pictures there and I can see how I've been reviewed. It's gonna get rated like everything else. That's kind of depressing.
I started using dating apps probably around second year of uni.
I'm similar to this guy. I didn't download a grinder, but I am like this guy in the sense I downloaded and started using dating apps in college. I made my first Tinder account, which wasn't successful whatsoever. The first Tinder date that I went on was with this guy. He was a film major. All in all, he was just a jerk. I remember when we started talking, he asked me what's my major, and at the time it was Chinese. Side note, I don't know why I did Chinese and Japanese at the same time. Like, that honestly was such an idiotic move. The reason why I did both at the same time was because I had done Chinese in high school, so I wanted to continue that, but I didn't have any passion for Chinese, like learning Chinese. Like, I don't even remember anything besides shishi, and I took Japanese. But anyway, that's a different topic. He took me back to his place and we started watching a scary movie. It wasn't that scary. I remember the movie's synopsis was like a monster was like haunting this child, like a shadow monster. It's like Marmaduke or something like that. I don't remember the name of it. I'm totally saying it wrong. All the while we were drinking red wine. I was underage at the time. Yeah, not the best idea. So the end of the story is that I came up with this excuse that my roommate was locked out of our dorm room and she needed the key and I had the key, and so I had to let her in. He drives me back to the dorm and we never see each other again.
And it was Grindr. I went straight to Grindr. So what we've got here is the grid. This bit is basically where you can fill in little details about yourself. So height, position. There's people who would say things like no chubbies, no fats, fit only.
This definitely is something that like is the top priority that I've noticed on everyone's list, is that everyone is looking for, and it comes from both sides though. It comes from like both the female woman's side and the male side. And I know he's talking about, other males like that have these standards too, like in terms of being gay. But a lot of heterosexuals, fixate on how fit you are. Me personally, it does matter a little bit, but I don't mind if someone has a dad body. And I also, the thing I don't care about, I don't care if a guy has a six-pack or not. That's ridiculous. If I were to be like, oh, my standard for a guy, and it's not, I'm just saying that, like, what if it was? My standard for a guy is that he has a six-pack. That's so hypocritical because I don't have a six-pack. straight men will be very fixated on how skinny or fit a girl is. Like, but I feel like if a guy comes across like an average fit girl like me, like I'm pretty average. I would say like I'm skinny thick, and I feel like guys hate that kind of thing. They either want you to have a Kim K body or supermodel body. Like,
I talk to people on it quite a lot. I go for dates on quite a lot.
Let's see your profile.
My profile. Here's my profile. It's me in the sun. Looking a bit naked, but I'm not. That's a photo of my friend here. That's me when the sun is on. That's a photo of me with a black eye because I look a good.
my, would you look at that? Will is like every guy on the dating apps. Every single guy that I swipe left on. Let's sip some tea. When it comes to dating apps, women know where I'm coming from when I say this. So many guys will do these things that make us swipe left. The first one being, if a guy has 500 guys in his photo, and there's a lot of guys that will do this. Both on, I've seen it on Tinder, I've seen it on Bumble, I've seen it on Plenty of Fish. Girl, I've downloaded them all. I've seen it on OkCupid. Guys on these dating apps will literally post pictures of a group of guys, of like 30 different guys, and you have to guess which one is them. And they don't even have any other photos of themselves in their profile picture. They just literally have photo upon photo. It could be 3 photos, and it's not a singular person photo. It always has a group of guys in the photo. I'm sorry, but I didn't come on this dating app to play Where's Waldo and try to figure out which one is you. And then the other thing that he does that is bizarre is posting himself with a black eye. Like, when I saw that, I was like, why are you posting a picture of yourself getting beat up? That's wild. Oh, just look at me, I have a black eye. People gonna say you have to go to the police because you got sexually abused, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't do that shit. Oh, and here's another thing that is so frustrating about guys, straight males on dating apps. Let's be specific in this area. They will post photos of themselves dangling a fish, carrying a deer head. I don't care if you go hunting. I don't care. That's good for you. That's your problem. You like to be not on the dating profile pictures.
Deadly is the female. So Claudia, I've been put off a bit like online dating generally, and I know that you did it, but maybe, I don't know, maybe did you have a little bit of a better time with it than me, or how did you find it when you were doing it?
A guy who I thought looked lovely, and we met up, and it was nice, and it was good, and now we're married.
So it can work.
It can.
It can work, but not for me. I'll tell another story. This probably will be my last story of dating apps. And after this experience with this person, I honestly don't think I'm ever gonna go back to dating apps. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. And the thing is too is that I have tried dating apps so many times, and every single time it's fallen through. Either the guy is just really shallow. She gon' love this. She gon' love this dick. Or clingy, like this story that I'm about to tell you. So the last time that I went on a date with someone on the dating app was actually quite recently. I did it this past year. We met through Bumble, and it wasn't until after I deleted the app, because I felt self-conscious of keeping the app anyway, because I was talking to guys while I was living in my car. This isn't the time for dating for me. I'm literally living in my car. What's the point? I deleted the app, and he asked me on Snapchat, so we started talking there. Eventually we go on our first date. We go to Longhorn Steakhouse, and my biggest thing that really should have been an indicator that it wasn't gonna work out is that is not a good reader of energy whatsoever. I literally had it written. I had it written all over me that I wanted to leave at some point, and we had stayed there a while. We ran out of things to talk about, despite whether or not he would like to admit it. We ran out of things to talk about, and we're sitting here awkwardly. I'm just like drumming my hands on the table, drinking my water, like thinking the whole time, are we gonna leave? It was like 10 o'clock in the evening, and I had work the next day, and just he lives like 45 minutes away from me. It's just not worth it, and then I have to pay tolls on the way to get there. Just not worth it, and our chemistry was zilch, actually zilch. So I'm over here drumming my fingers on the table, like wondering, when are we gonna leave? I didn't want to get up and leave first because that would just be awkward. So he couldn't take a hint that I wanted to leave. When we finally did leave, like awkward hug, then I get into my car and drive away. Then our next date was at the Steelers game. It was a lot better than the first date, but it definitely, I just didn't feel any spark between us. Like we literally shared no chemistry. And after the Steelers game, like we kept talking a little bit, like texting back and forth. But I finally said, because I wasn't feeling him at all, I finally said, I don't think we should do this. I don't think we should go through with trying to be in a relationship. And he couldn't take a hint. Literally, right after I sent that text out and said, I don't think we should be in a relationship, he drives his ass 45 minutes to where I work. Now, I do recognize that I was dumb for telling him where I work. That was not a smart idea. I will never do that again with anybody. But he showed up to where I work this one night, and unannounced at all, doesn't bring anything, just awkwardly sitting in the parking lot. And I'm over here like, I don't know what to do. So I made up a lie, and I was like, hey, I'm going to my next job, so why are you here? Why are you trying to meet up? Like, what? And then, so eventually it just fell apart altogether. He still tried to message me after that incident, and I just ignored him. So, yeah, I don't like clingy guys, and he's definitely clingy. I got hungry. I went out and got some Wendy's. I had to get some chicken nuggets, you know what I'm saying? Like chicken nuggets at thebomb.com. But so for the rest of the video, the thank you next video. Alvin goes on a date with someone he meets up from Grindr. He apparently just friend zoned that dude to Will. I don't remember what happened to Will. He went on a date with this girl named Lucy, and he seemed like he was like really into her and she wasn't that into him. I think women actually do catch feelings faster than men. We catch feelings faster for men though in real life. When it comes to like, you know, this dating app thing, we don't really catch feelings that fast, but when it comes to real life, oh honey, we catch feelings fast. Like speaking from experience, like I've had so many work crushes, it's unbelievable. And it's annoying, to be honest. I hate getting work crushes. I hate getting crushes in general, because whenever I start liking the guy, it's over for me. Besides my New Year's resolution of going back to God, my other New Year's resolution is to never catch feelings ever again. Nope. Because as I said, each time I do, it falls through. And the guy either breadcrumbs me, beats around the bush, can't tell me how he feels.
Don't even get me started when men are like, well, women need to shoot their shot. Yeah, shut the hell up, you clown.
Or he's just plain indecisive about me and chooses his comfort zone instead and goes back to his ex. Story of my life. But anyway. And then the last part of the video is poor Meggie. This video was done, I think, in like, well, she had an iPhone 7 Plus. When this video came out in like either 2014 or 2015. I hope this woman is in a happier place. She seems so sad.
For dating apps, everyone could have been an arsehole then and an arsehole now, and everyone did fall in love then, and people can still fall in love now. The difference is you weren't out to find romance every second of the day back then. It came intermittently when you connected in real life.
Good for you, girl. You go, Maggie.
I mean, I don't blame her, man. I've been just so disappointed when it comes to dating apps too. So all I gotta say is one last thing, and then I'm done with this video. I wish I could go back to the time when there wasn't social media. You didn't have a cell phone. You didn't have all these apps back in the 70s. So you were forced. You had to go after the woman that you wanted in real life. You didn't have a screen to hide behind or any of that crap. Not saying the 70s were perfect, because they weren't, but I would much rather be in a time where people were actually real with one another than these days where, like, you know, catfishing happens a lot. Also, there's just a lot of lying and blah 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 and mind games. It's just tiresome. It really is. I really have lost hope. But you know, whatever. I'm just gonna eat my chicken nuggets, bitch. I don't care. Alright, peace out, girl. Look out.